but we've become a society really that's giving the participation trophy, right? And so, I mean, doesn't that reflect in it though? I mean, that we're really teaching people. What are we teaching them through that? I mean, how does that play into all of this? Because it does, Yaku. It, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I
It is what we're trying. And someone you love, Brene Brown, right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Look at Brene Brown. Jordan, these people who think. I married a woman that can think a hole through a wall. Okay, Philippa doesn't. By the time she talks to you, she's covered every base. It can take her 2 days to answer me sometimes, and I just had to learn to deal with it because she's not ready. But we have trained our culture. You're right. It comes down to what are we training? We've trained them that, oh, you should receive a reward for showing up. No, if you've made a commitment to a team, showing up is part of the job. You don't get rewarded for showing up. You get rewarded for winning. This first, second, third place. You don't get rewarded for showing up. People shouldn't thank you for just doing what you committed to do. Just do it. But we've trained a culture. I think, look, this is my opinion. The baby boomers had to work so hard. Baby boomers had 2-3 jobs in high school. Right. They were working their tails off. And I believe somewhere, subconsciously, that baby boomers made a decision, and I've interviewed a lot of them, and said, my children are not going to do what I had to do. They're not going to have to do that. They're not going to have to work a job. But then the pendulum swung all the way into the other direction. And now we're sitting with 2 generations, the tail end of my generation, X, and then definitely it's Z for sure. Gen Z, I think, is going to turn it around, the young ones, but the millennials, there's an entitlement mentality that was trained into them, like racism is trained. You train these things. Kids don't do this on their own. You've got to train them to be entitled, to train them to feel like the world owes them something.
But in the process, if I can, of thinking through and learning to think logically, if you are rewarded simply on the basis of sitting and being, and then it stifles our ability to think through things. Because why would we have to? We just got everything we wanted without having to make an effort. I guess I see the two connected. I see it as one and the same in so many ways, And so, how do we teach our kids? I guess, Yaku, is that not only to think, not only to read, not only to reason, but also to compete. I mean, whether it be athletically or whether it be intellectually for a position, how do we teach that? I mean, what can we do to rectify that?
It's so important because when you compete, you better yourself, right? Because competing is not just being against somebody; it's really against yourself. It's that desire to grow needs to come back. Which, if I really, I was a pro athlete for a long time, and if I really want to get better, then I need someone to point out for me what's wrong. And if I'm willing for someone to point out what's wrong, it means I'm going to grow a little thick skin. I'm not going to take everything personally. I understand it is for my betterment. So I don't crumble at the first sign of critique, right? And so we do need to train them to compete. I think, look, you can't get away from the education system because the teachers spend more time with the kids than the parents. It's not now where we are today, but in a regular school cycle, the time the child spends with the teacher is more impactful than with the parent at times. And so we have to get back into a society in the classroom and at home to where we reinforce that you're not entitled to anything. The world owes you nothing. As a matter of fact, you're here to give to the world. You're not here to receive.
Absolutely.
You are here to contribute. Your purpose is be the best you can be so that you can help more people. If that's the focus, you're going to build a culture that's saying, it's not about me. It's not about me. I have got these skills that I don't know how to use, and I've got to learn how to use them. I got to do better. I got to help more people.